What's up everyone? Welcome back to Makeup by Mama G. Today we're going to be doing a look inspired by Kristen Stewart using Afterglow Cosmetics. So stay tuned guys. I hope you like this tutorial. Let's get started. Okay, so I already have my eyes primed with my favorite base. What I'm going to do is take Afterglow's Bare eyeshadow. I'm going to take the oval eyeshadow. I'm just going to press the shadow into the brush. Tap off the excess, and then I'm going to start patting this onto the entire lid. Now what I like to do is press and pat before actually blending because this helps pack on the color. So as you can see, I'm just patting it all along the lid. So all I'm doing now is I'm just feathering it up and out with the end of the brush just to blend it out so it's not so harsh. I'm just going to add a tiny bit more right here. Now with my crease brush, I'm going to take Bark eyeshadow. I'm just going to get it all over the brush. I'm just, just swirling it in circles. I'm going to tap off the excess. And if you guys can see, hopefully this focuses, it's kind of at an angle. And I'm going to use that angle. I'm starting at the outer V. And with windshield wiper motions, I'm just going to go back and forth and kind of create my crease. I'm going to keep this light because I'm going to use a different shadow to define my crease. So this is just going to help give that blended look. I'm going to add just a little bit more. Swirl, tap, start the outside again, just with windshield wiper motions left and right. I'm just going to blend it upwards up to my brow bone. Now with the tip of my crease brush, it comes to a point, and I'm just going to apply the shadow onto the tip. I don't want it on the whole brush because now what we're going to do is define the crease. Right here in this little area in between your eye socket and the brow bone, that's the part that I want to define. So I'm just going to dip the tip of my brush into the cocoa eyeshadow. Tap off the excess, and to get any other loose extra shadow off of the brush, I'm just going to dab it onto my hand. As you can see, that was actually a lot extra, right? So I'm just going to dab it onto my hand, and then I'm going to take the tip, start at the outer V, and I'm going to just do the same windshield wiper motions. Really short strokes, left and right, and I'm just moving along my crease. As you can see, now we've defined my crease a little bit more. And again, I'm just going to keep going with that line until about the mid part of my eye. And I don't want to bring this down. I want to keep this line harsh. So I'm just going to keep going over and over and over until it's kind of blended. And I'm going to blend it up and away from the line. I don't want to bring it any lower. I'm just going to pick up a little bit more. And the only reason why I'm making mine a lot more darker is because I'm, tan. I'm not fair skinned like Kristen Stewart is. So she only needs a little bit of brown on her complexion. But because I am tan, I do need to make mine a bit darker. So again, just left and right motions going along the crease. It's defining that crease. So after we've blended out the harsh edge, I'm going to take Bare again with the crease brush. I'm just going to pack it on, tap off the excess, and I'm going to apply this as a highlight. I'm going to start right under the brow and just drag it out to the outer part of my brow. Clean the brush off and start blending it downwards. I'm just bringing this Bare just slightly right above where the brown faded out. If you need a little bit more like I do, just pick some up again and just blend. So with my angled liner brush, I'm going to take cocoa eyeshadow. We're going to apply this on the bottom lash line. We're going to start on the outer part of the bottom lash line, and we're going to bring it about halfway towards the inner part of the eye. So we're going to connect it where it ends at the top, and we're just going to drag it across halfway. It's very important to get this part connected, guys, so that way it looks complete, it doesn't look unfinished. And by applying it halfway to the middle of the eye, this is actually going to make your eyes look just a tidbit bigger. It's not, when you guys line the whole eye, it tends to make your eyes look just a tiny bit smaller. So by lining it like this, we're going to make our eyes look a little bit more open. So with Gravity Eyeliner, I'm just going to tightline the top part of my eyes. I'm just going to slightly pull my lashes up and then line the rim, the upper rim. After tightlining the top part of my eye, I'm going to take deep eggplant liner with the angled liner brush. I'm just going to pick some of that shadow up. And I'm going to apply it to the outer half of my top lash line. So after I lined my eye, I'm actually going to use the same brush, and I'm going to kind of smudge the liner. I'm going to kind of just blend it upwards. This is just going to soften the liner up. I don't want the liner to be too harsh, because Kristen Stewart's liner was not that harsh. It was actually blended out. So now that that's done, I'm going to just curl my lashes real quick. And then I'm going to take Afterglow's Onyx Mascara, and I'm just going to put a coat on my lashes. After we applied it to the top, we're now going to apply it to the bottom. So now that I'm done with the eyes, I'm going to actually touch up on my brows real quick. I'm going to use the angled liner brush and the cocoa eyeshadow. It's just a really good brow color for my liking. Again, I'm just going to start at the beginning of the brow. Sorry guys, I'm at an angle, but I need to look at the mirror. And then I'm just going to drag it down. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take Afterglow's Organic Aloe Concealer in Light. Unfortunately, mine didn't come with a pump. So what I'm going to do is just take a little brush or spatula, whatever you guys want to use, and I'm going to get a little bit out and put it on the back of my hand. And the reason why I'm doing this is so I can rub it with my finger, so that way it gets warm. So I'm just warming it right now on the back of my hand. It's kind of a liquid consistency right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up and dab right underneath my eye. And the reason why I'm looking up is so that way the concealer gets into all of the little wrinkles that I have underneath my eye. I know it may not look like I have some, but trust me, I do. So what I'm doing now is I'm just dabbing and patting. Just dab, 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 dab. You don't want to like smooth it in because it's not going to cover any of your blemishes. You want to pat, 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 pat. That's the technique you want to use. You can use a concealer brush. You can use a sponge. I personally like using my finger because the warmth of my finger just gets the concealer at the right temperature that I need. So that way it gets the coverage and it blends it out as well. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just taking the edges and I'm pulling it downwards so that way it looks blended out. And as you guys can see, I have a little bit of red going on right here. So I'm just going to dab it and kind of blend it out. The redness is okay to blend over because it covers it. Alright, so now that I'm done with concealer, what I'm going to do is take my baby Kabuki brush and my foundation in Fawn. I'm going to get foundation all up inside the brush, tap the excess, and start buffing my face. I'm just using circular motions. And I'm just blending. You need to add more along the way. Get your jawline, your neck, so it blends with the rest of your skin. Make sure to get your hairline, ladies. Bring it up to the hairline. And the rest of my face. So with my blush brush, I'm just going to take Smitten blush. I'm going to put it all throughout my brush, tap off the excess. Now Kristen Stewart is very, very fair, so she only needs a little bit of blush to pop those cheeks. But because I'm tan, I'm going to need a little bit more than she did, so I'm going to go a little bit heavier on the blush. I'm just going to smile, start at the apples of my cheeks, and I'm just using circular motions. I love this brush. This brush, so soft, you guys. And I'm just going to sweep it back along my cheekbones. So now I'm taking Poppy lip liner. It's a red lip liner. And I'm just going to line my lips. This glides on really smooth. And this actually has aloe vera in it, guys. That's really good for your skin. Okay. And then I'm going to take Tango lipstick, which is a really, really pretty red lipstick. And I'm just going to apply that to the lips. I love red lips, guys. So I'm just going to take that lip liner and just go along the outside of the lips again. This lip liner is a little bit darker than the lipstick, so by applying this on the outer parts of your lips, it's actually going to give your lips a little bit more dimension. So again, just bring it on the outer part of the lips, because it gives this like blending effect. It starts out dark and then it gets lighter as you go in the lips, so it's really cool, guys. So here's the final look, guys. I know it doesn't look exactly like Kristen Stewart's look, but it is my recreation, and I did it inspired by her. She's absolutely gorgeous in that picture. So I hope you guys liked this tutorial, and here are the final pictures.